On today's show, music artist Bigg Vinny is in the house to talk about his new hit single and a whole lot more. Val Hoeppner from WMOT Roots Radio shares how she's helping to bring new music events to Murfreesboro. And don't miss our 𝗪𝗲𝗄𝗀 Pet of the Week. He's one cool cat. So grab your earbuds, crank up the volume. Good Morning Murfreesboro for Friday, September 5th, 2025 begins now.
Good morning, Murfreesboro. I'm Lance Chandler.
And I'm Lachelle Edwards for 𝗪𝗲𝗄𝘀. Thank you for joining us this morning as we share what makes Murfreesboro shine.
All right. Well, you did so great last week. I'm so happy you're back again this week.
I'm honored to be
back.
For
Rachel, you're doing such a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm proud.
Rachel, I'm still pretty jealous that you're on the beach and I'm not.
I know. I am too. But, you know, one day it'll be our chance.
Yes, it will.
I'll house sit some cats in Florida.
Yes. Our house sit some cats in Florence, Italy. I mean, I'll put it out there to our viewers.
Yeah, well, I was talking to one of our guests for the show, and he said that she's more beach sitting than house sitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this week is a memorable week coming up, and we just want to touch base on it real quick this week. Next Thursday, before our next show airs, is 9/11, and you know, we just want to talk about that and remember those first responders and families and everyone that was affected by such a tragic event. Absolutely. I feel like the further we get away from it, you know, we said never forget. We've said that for years and stuff, but I feel like kids nowadays that were born way after just don't understand the impact that not just only had on America, but the entire
world at large. Exactly.
So we just want to remember those.
Absolutely, give honor to those.
Where were you at whenever it happened?
Well, Lance, I was a freshman in college.
All right.
And where were you?
I was in the 6th grade, and I was sitting in class, and they pulled us out, and we had to go and they took us over to like a little cubicle that we had a TV in, because back then not every classroom had a TV and a smart board and all the technology and stuff. We had like a tube TV, and they stuck us in a classroom. We watched, and like I'll never forget it. With the first plane had hit the building, and we were sitting there as 6th graders and watched the second plane hit the building. And nobody knew what was going on. So it's just a tragic event, changed my life forever.
For sure.
Changed your life forever, like it did everybody else. But we just want to you know, remember those.
And the families affected, obviously, yes.
Yeah. But on a little bit lighter note, you know, we deal with this every year. But on a lighter note, we have another fundraiser coming up that I want to talk about. I'm proudly a Murfreesboro Young Professional Board member, and I just want to let everybody know that we're having a pickleball tournament October 4th, and we need people to sign up. So if you're a pickleballer in the area or in the surrounding counties, and you're watching this and you're like, hey, I love a good pickleball tournament, I'm gonna throw down on some people, then this is a perfect tournament for you. It is at Patterson Park here in Murfreesboro, October 4th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. There's music, food.
Family friendly?
Family friendly. It is family friendly. Okay. It's a fun event. So if it's something you're interested in, we'll have those links in the description.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then we also had a big giveaway.
Oh.
And we almost forgot it, didn't we?
The winner of our charity shop contest.
Yes. Yeah.
It's time for us to announce that.
Yep. Yeah. Who was our winner?
Angie Givens-Wesson.
There you go. Angie Givens-Wesson. So you are our big winner. We'll reach out to you through Facebook, or you reach out to us if we don't get to you fast enough, and we'll make sure that you get your 2 tickets, and congratulations.
Congratulations, Angie. So, moving on. Lance, I almost don't want to ask this, but do you have a joke for me?
You know, it's my favorite part of the show. You know, it's my favorite part. I always have a joke. You know, I'm like, hey, I keep one right here just in case. You know, I got the official title now. You know, we had Miles on the show, so everybody knows I can bust out the dad jokes with the best of them now. All right.
Let's hear it.
I crack myself up.
All right, I'm ready.
How do you catch a squirrel?
I don't know, Lance. How do you catch a squirrel?
Yeah, you climb a tree and yak nuts.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Wow, that's something else. All right, guys. Well, welcome to Murfreesboro and the South. We have our weekly Southernisms to help you understand what people are saying so you fit in. Okay, our first Southernism today is all hat and no cattle.
Yeah. All hat, no cattle.
Okay, and that means that you're just kind of full of big talk. You know, you're talking a good game, but there's no proof in the pudding.
You can't. Yeah, no proof in the pudding. You can't back it up. You got big talk, but you got nothing. Like,
nothing to back it up.
This guy's full of it. and people know it. You know, don't have no cattle over here.
Okay, and then our Southernism word for this week is 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 kind of crooked, and you kind of walk in and you're looking at the picture like,
yeah, things are just, something's just not right about it.
Yes.
It can be more than just a picture. Somebody can just, they're walking a little cattywampus.
Well,
That means they're getting a little
sometimes you can
sideways.
just be overstressed, overworked, and you can feel cattywampus. It can be a feeling as well.
That's true. You can feel cattywampus.
Yes.
All right, well, we have to talk about some national events that we have going on here. And this month, I want to talk about it is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So impacts so many people.
It does.
People give so much. I wish we could find a cure for cancer, you know, especially in children. It's so hard to watch. You know, parents go through that. Children go through that. So we just pray, you know, that one, we find a good cure for these kids. We pray for the people that are treating them and that are tending to them, and we just want to bring awareness to that this month and give guys help the cause.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Now coming up today, actually, we're going to highlight, coming up this weekend, we have today is National Food Bank Day.
National Food Bank Day.
And Bring Your Manners to Work Day.
There we go.
Today.
I usually bring those, you know, keep them
in your back pocket.
Yeah, keep them in my pocket
along
right
with the
here.
joke.
This pocket I carry my manners in. This pocket I carry my joke in.
Don't get them confused. Don't get them confused.
I don't get confused. I think my manners are a joke. I'm just joking.
You have great manners. All right.
Then tomorrow we have one of my favorite days of the year, International Bacon Day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Neil.
Yeah.
I'm let down. Neil, our producer Neil, never brings any food anymore.
Bacon. Where's our bacon,
I thought I'd
Neil?
walk in, smell fresh, crispy bacon cooking here in the hemisphere. Nothing. And then World Bread Day.
World Beard Day.
Beard Day. Sorry,
Day.
misread it. World Beard Day. Never mind. I brought that one. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and Sunday is National Beer Lovers Day, guys.
Oh, and Oktoberfest is coming up.
Yes.
We're getting close. It's September now.
And later this week, Monday is World Literacy Day, which I love. I actually just started homeschooling my 9-year-old, so we're in a journey there.
Yeah.
So send your prayers my way.
Absolutely. That sounds like a lot of work.
She'll do great. Mom may need some prayers.
Then Tuesday, it's Teddy Bear Day.
Ah, that's great.
You know, you have Elvis song, Teddy Bear, all the fun stuff. My son has teddy bears out the wazoo now.
And Wednesday is World Suicide Prevention Day. That's near and dear to my heart, guys. I know, you know, kind of don't want to bring the mood down a little bit, but, you know, moms, women, everyone can get overworked, overstressed, and sometimes you can have that superwoman complex where, you know, we have to do all the things and be everything to everyone. And it is okay to raise your hand and say, hey, I'm not okay and need some help. So my inbox is open to any and everyone, especially women that may feel like you need to reach out to someone. I'm here. But there's nothing wrong and there's nothing weak with saying you're not okay and to get some help. And that brings us right to Thursday.
Absolutely. On Thursday, we have Are You Okay
Day.
Yep.
So there we go. On this day, September 5th in 1847, seen by some as a vicious murderer and by others as a gallant Robin Hood, the famous outlaw Jesse James is born in Clay County, Missouri.
Jesse James was like, you know, an outlaw, but also like people idolized him, and like my great uncle's name was Jesse James. It was not that Jesse James.
Oh wow, that's
but like
cool.
that's what my grandparents named him, because, you know, it was like a celebrity back then.
Yes.
You know?
Seen as a Robin Hood.
Yep. And then speaking of celebrities, we have celebrity birthdays this week. We have today is Michael Keaton's birthday. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies. I dressed up as Beetlejuice last Halloween, and I'm going to have Neil put that photo up right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Okay, tomorrow's celebrity birthday, actor-comedian Jeff Foxworthy is 67.
You might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck if. Oh, goodness.
Then Monday, we have one of my favorites of all time, Pink. She's 46. What a show, too, if you go see that
hard to
concert
believe
flying
she's
through
46.
the air. I know, and she still does an amazing job, literally flying through the air and singing at 46 years old. That is insane.
New life goal unlocked.
Yeah.
All right. Also, we have actor Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement. And Lion King. He played Simba in Lion King. He
Yeah.
voiced Simba in Lion King, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
44.
Yeah, no, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was a huge actor back then. You know, Home Improvement, all the stuff. My wife was a big Jonathan Taylor Thomas fan. You know, crush.
Okay.
You know, all the girls back then had
Yeah.
the crush on him, and you know, he just kind of. He's gone off and just lived, you know, his real world life now, and we
Living
miss him.
regular
So
life,
come back.
family. Yeah.
And then on Thursday we have all-time great, the GOAT in comedy, Adam Sandler. You know, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah.
The Water Boy. All the great classics. He's 58 now.
Wednesday, we have singer Jose Feliciano. Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
Everybody
He's
knows it.
80.
80. Wow. And then I say this all the time, but seriously, Harry Connick Jr. I love like that crooner music, that Frank Sinatra. It's like one of my favorites. Harry Connick Jr. You know, Louisiana boy, 58 on Thursday.
Nice.
And we can't forget, we got our wonderful sponsors. We have to thank. We have Spirit Overhead Doors,
Valley Growers.
Info Social Media,
615 Insurance.
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
And Hemisphere Wine Bar. That's actually where we're filming right
Yep.
now. Remember Hemisphere Wine Bar for a fun date night or a non-alcoholic drink right
Yeah.
after the Saturday Farmers Market. Check out their website. We'll have more information listed for you.
Yeah, great place, beautiful in here.
And if you can't find anything to do in Murfreesboro, you aren't looking hard enough or watching our show. Looking for something unique and meaningful? Swing by Liberty Station today or tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. for their fabulous pop-up shops. From handmade treasures to one-of-a-kind finds, you never know what gem you'll uncover. Best of all, your purchases support a great cause. So come, shop, sip, and stroll. It's retail therapy with a heart.
Yeah, we love supporting Liberty Station, so make sure you check that out, guys.
Absolutely. Hey, Murfreesboro, if you've been dreaming about a little home makeover, or maybe just love a good stroll through beautifully designed spaces, this one's for you. The Murfreesboro Fall Home Expo is happening today through Sunday at Embassy Suites by Hilton. You'll find everything from home improvement to remodeling ideas, outdoor living upgrades, and plenty of local pros ready to help make your dream home a reality. It's free, it's fun, and who knows, you might just leave with your next big project in mind.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like if you go in there and you're a home buyer or you're a homeowner,
Nice.
you can find a lot of cool stuff in there, good ideas, meet people maybe if you're trying to get that project done.
Awesome. Are you ready to run, walk, or waddle with a stroller for a great cause? Because Heart and Soul's 5K is happening this Saturday. We're walking and running, or walking with a stroller, to support moms loving moms. I love that cause, of course. An incredible organization helping new moms through that wild postpartum ride. Every step helps provide mental health support, supplies, and resources for moms who need a little extra love. Grab those sneakers, bring the whole family, and yes, that includes the little ones in strollers. Let's do it, Murfreesboro, 1 mile, 1 mom, one big-hearted community at a time.
Michelle, I feel like you're a 5K'er. I feel like you're a runner. Are you? Nope. CrossFitter, that's it.
Runner, no. Lifting weights, absolutely.
There we go.
Not a cardio bunny. No. Okay. This Sunday at Single Tree Barbecue, Minutes Wisely will be lifting up 2 amazing veteran families, each facing unimaginable challenges as their young sons bravely battle serious medical conditions. First up, DJ Daniels, the son of proud U.S. Navy veteran, touched hearts across the country, and this weekend he's headed to Detroit, Michigan for a once-in-a-lifetime trip. On Saturday, he'll be sworn in as an honorary police officer. Then, Sunday, he'll be in front and center at the Detroit Lions football game, cheering like a champ. Then, at home in Murfreesboro, another courageous little boy is fighting a brain tumor, and we are wrapping him and his family in love, hope, and support. This isn't just about football and fancy titles, it's about community, it's about showing up.
We've had Richard Fleek on the show more than once, and
Yes.
we love him so much. And what he's doing, like, it just is sometimes, like, you can't fathom how much he does and like how far he reaches with that. So, and Suicide Awareness Month is this month. So
Yes.
he and his organization, if you're in this community and you're looking for someone to reach out to, Minutes Wisely or Richard Fleek in this area is the guy, especially if you're a veteran dealing with, maybe issues from your past, PTSD,
Sure,
things like that.
absolutely.
He is a good guy to talk to. So thank you, Richard, and we look forward to this event too.
Finally, lace up those sneakers and mark your calendars. The 9/11 Heroes Run 5K is coming your way on Saturday, September 13th, and it's more than just a race. It's a tribute. Whether you're a runner, a walker, or someone rocking a rucksack, we want you out there with us, honoring the heroes of 9/11 and all who've served our country since. Everyone's welcome. It's a powerful, moving way to show support and raise funds for the incredible Travis Manion Foundation. So come on, Murfreesboro, let's run with purpose. Register today to be part of something bigger.
It's a great event too. And if you want to find more great events, or if you just can't remember what we just said,
Yeah.
and you're looking for links for it, and you're trying to figure out how to get involved with it, there's links below in our description, so you can check that out in the comments. And stick around. We'll be right back with our first guest, Bigg Vinny, right after this message.
Your garage door does more than open and close. It's your home's biggest entrance, and sometimes its weakest link. Outdated tech, worn out parts, or missed maintenance, that's a recipe for accidents and unwanted visitors. Superior Overhead Doors Safety Tune-Up checks it all. Sensors, locks, structural integrity, and much, much more. We keep your door secure and your family safe. Don't wait for a scare. Stay safe. Get Superior.
Welcome to our first guest, Vinny Van Zandt. Bigg Vinny.
Bigg
I'm
Vinny.
here for it. I'm here for the party at the Hemispheres
I
Wine
know,
Bar.
right?
Yes.
It's a little early.
They
So
said, come to the wine bar at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll be there.
it's not an airport though. You know,
That's okay.
you can't
That's
yet.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Fly. I just want to have some wine.
Well, Vinny, I am so excited to talk to you today
I'm excited
and
to talk to you.
hear your story. But tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been living in Murfreesboro for a while now, but I'm from Middle Tennessee, Perry County, Tennessee originally. And, I was signed to a record deal when I was 22 with a guy named 𝗪𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗪, God rest his soul, and went on and had a pretty great career that, 5 top 40 singles and did well in country music. Went on The Biggest Loser in 2011, placed in the top 4 on that. Have continued to tour and play and do motivational speaking all across the country since then. And got into, during 2020, all the musical shows kind of fell off. So I was like, what am I going to do now? Yeah. And ended up getting into the online fitness, kind of using my Biggest Loser knowledge with that. Invested in a place called the Buffalo River Resort out in Perry County, in my hometown, Perry County, Tennessee. And do that, and I still do music. I DJ. I do a little bit of everything. They call me the overall attraction. I wear the overalls
and do overall everything.
I make them look good.
Well, I've seen you on social media out there, towing your boats in and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just pulling them muscles shining, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to keep it real. Every now and then, speaking of shine, every now and then I fill in for Chuck Wicks at the Shiners Nashville show, which is really cool. If you ever get a chance to see it, it's amazing.
Nice.
But yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I think for me, a lot of people say, oh, you need to focus on one thing, And I was like, I just got my real estate license. So, I'm doing that as well, and I'm DJing, I'm all these things. For me, I get bored if I just do one thing. Yeah. If I had to wake up every day and do the exact same thing every single day, for some people, that's the dream. Like my brother, he's like, I want to go to work, know exactly what I want to make, come home, drink a beer, hang out, go fishing, watch some football. And I love all that stuff too. But for me, at the end of the day, it's like, man, if I could help put on a concert here, and sell a house over here, and then have some investments over here, and be an MC, be a host, be a motivational speaker, go to a school and spread some joy and some love. I like to do a little bit of everything.
Well, you do a lot of helping and stuff, and that's something we'll touch on real quick. Is you go out, and not just in our community, in other communities, and you give back, and you do fundraisers and concerts, and you have charity events. And you told me earlier you got a charity event coming up where you're the auctioneer on it, which I can see that you can spit some pretty fast rhymes. So
I'm gonna be at the gala. I forget what the whole name of it. At the gala this Saturday, Lauren Schweizer on Channel 2 had asked me to come out and be there. Yeah. I guess they're just the auctioneer for that one. Then I've hosted stuff for Tunnels to Towers. I've done, of course, the things up here at Walnut Station with the Alley on Main. We've done those series that we've done up here. We did those through 2020. I can't remember how many we did total, but we raised somewhere around $1 million for local charities.
Wow.
Through doing that. And I really just realized, God gave me a talent to be able to talk a lot. And he gave me a talent for music and things like that. And for a long time, I was kind of selfish. I was using it just for me. And I think it was during 2020, my buddy Jared Blake had come to me and said, man, there's this, homeless veterans, is out of hand, all this other stuff. And he kind of gave me the numbers. I don't remember what they were, but he's like, somebody needs to do something. I said, yeah, why don't somebody do something about that? And he looks at me and goes, why don't we be the somebody? Because if everybody just keeps around waiting on somebody else to do it, then nothing's ever going to get done.
Yeah.
And so we started doing that, probably really during 2020 and started raising the money. We went up to Salina, Kansas every single year, and we do a big thing for those guys up there with the Kansas Honor Flight and the homeless veterans of Kansas and things like that. I don't remember how much money we've raised, but it's in the hundred thousands, of dollars. But we've also helped, home some of these folks that are homeless. And, for me, it's like, if I don't have this mega ton of money to put into it, which if I, when I do, because I'm getting there, but I will put a lot of money into it. But in the meantime, I'll put my talents in. God gave you these talents. Don't just use them to be selfish and use them for yourself. Put something back into the world. I think that it's our responsibility to take the blessings we have, whether it be talents, monetary, organizational skills, whatever your talent is, use part of that for good, because God gave you a gift in order to do those things. So if we use them for good, then we're going to make the world better.
I agree.
Awesome.
I agree with that 100%.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I love that.
Well, one thing you have, and I want to talk about, you have a new single that you just released called Walmart Drip. Walmart Drip. And I watched the video, and I think we'll get a clip of the song, or maybe a clip of the video here right now.
Yeah.
Walmart Drip. Walmart Drip. Walmart Drip. Walmart Drip. Drip so strong you can call it a flex. It ain't a rollie on my wrist, baby, it's a Timex. $10 golf shirt made by Reebok. Belt buckle front tucked, even got the collar pop. 40 years old, but I'm looking retired. This Walmart drip got me looking straight fire. And my girl saying, oh, he's so sexy. Call me Walker Hayes, cause I'm feeling so fancy like.
Man, that was awesome. That was great.
Dude, that song literally came to me. My wife, remember we had that eclipse back, and I was 2024, I think. We had the eclipse.
A year ago, yeah.
So I was sitting there with my wife, and she's like, we didn't get no eclipse glasses. So she's like, we got to go to Walmart. We get to Walmart, and I look at her, and I knew I was kind of tricked at that point to go into Walmart. I look at my wife, I said, hey, listen, when we go in here, just the glasses, nothing else. And she says, and I'm sure you've heard this before, I just need to get a few things.
Yeah.
So I was kind of pouting because I knew $500 was coming out of my bank account no matter what. $500 was getting spent. But I walked in there and I was pouting, but I looked over and I saw Snoop Dogg had his own line of clothing.
Yeah.
And there was these swimsuits in there. And it had like Miami Beach on it and all the colors, the bright colors, all this. It was a net jersey, kind of a throwback. It had the John Stockton shorts, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
Or shorty shorts, okay? Come on. Like a 6-inch inseam. So I go and I get those and I put it on. As soon as I get home, I start looking at my wife. I go, dang, girl, you get all this drip. She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, the drip, my fit. I said, that's what all the kids on TikTok are saying. She goes, you're 40 years old. I said, yeah. I look like I'm retired today, though. I said, Walmart drip. From my head to my toes got that Walmart drip. And she goes, stop. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. She goes, no, go in and write that song. It's the dumbest thing you ever come with. Probably be a big old hit. So now the music video's at almost 350,000 streams on YouTube. And we're almost 100,000 streams on Spotify and all that in just a couple months. And so it's done some cool things. And actually, Walmart has started liking my posts. And,
that's awesome.
Get some
leaving some
sponsorship
comments.
there.
So all I'm saying is when you have Bigg Vinny overalls in Walmart in the next couple of years, just remember it all started from an eclipse and singing to my wife.
And it's a fun song, too. And you had some familiar faces that people probably know in the music video.
I got to have Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC in it. My buddy Moon, he's a local legend, but he's a legend worldwide in my mind. But Moon was in there. My wife and kids were there. We had the main guy in there with me is a guy named Miles Burris.
Yeah.
Now, Miles, he's in a bunch of movies. His biggest first movie was called Safety. It was on the Disney Channel. It was about a Clemson football player. And he was one of the main leads in that. But he was in The Young Rock. He was in The Righteous Gemstones. He's been in a ton of stuff. And he's great. But then I had Ken Harrell, who lives here in Murfreesboro. He was my songwriting mentor. We had Taylor Holder, who's like 20 million followers. It was star-studded. Butter was in it.
Goodness.
And anytime you got butter in there, everything's better with a little bit of butter.
Everything's better with a little bit of butter. I love it. Well, it's a great video. It's a great
Thank
song.
you very much.
It's catchy. It's fun. Family friendly too.
It is family friendly. Yeah. I wanted to make sure that when Walmart heard it, they knew it was a positive thing for Walmart. I think people get such, have you seen the people at Walmart.com or whatever? I'm like, nah. I said, to me, Walmart was a great memory. When I was a kid, we didn't get to go get presents and stuff all the time. When you was like, was your birthday? Okay, we're going to go to Walmart and you can pick out one thing. So I was like waiting to get that, superhero figure, whatever. Then back then I'd hide the clothes rack and scare people. But anyway, that was some of my favorite memories. But I just think, anytime I think of Walmart, I think happy thoughts. I think good stuff. So I wanted to portray that in the song and make it a positive thing.
I think
That's awesome. That's awesome. I do want to ask you about, you mentioned The Biggest Loser. I want to ask you about your journey to The Biggest Loser. And can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it all started off with
that?
like a cookie crisp and golden grams and cinnamon toast crunch. You know what? Whenever I was a
love
kid,
cinnamon toast crunch.
Me too. But it's apparently not. Sugar is not good for you. Apparently. No, I kind of grew up in the South. We was talking to y'all. I heard y'all talking about Southernisms earlier. We always say you're cuter than a kitten in a sock. But I grew up, just eating a lot of food. I mean, you had to clean your plate. If it didn't matter, you get a plate. It didn't matter if it had an adult size amount of food. You ate the whole thing, and then you got dessert.
Yep.
So I kind of just grew up that way. A lot of it was caused from childhood trauma. I felt like if I could get bigger and stronger, I couldn't get hurt anymore. Things like that. But we can get into that at another time. But that led me to being kind of my addiction was food. And by the time I was, 27, I was 500 pounds. Now I kind of covered up all the hurt and all the bad stuff in my life with success and food. Instead of I never drank, I never did drugs, never did that, but food was my addiction. Just like somebody else might run to alcohol, I'd run to food. So if I was celebrating, food. If I was sad, food. If I was, having a good day, a bad day, didn't matter. Food was my thing, and then I wanted to succeed. So by 22 years old, I got the record deal. I was doing all this other stuff. I thought I was invincible, because I could go out there and play music and do all these things, and I was Bigg Vinny. And it turns out diabetes don't care how cool you think you are. They don't care if you have a record deal, all that good stuff. So, it just led me to being on the show. Show saved my life. There's been this documentary here lately kind of really bad-mouthing the show. But for me, the show saved my life, and I would never want to change what it gave me. Because if it wasn't for that, I'd probably been dead by 30. And I wouldn't have had my wife and my kids, and I wouldn't be 42 now. So,
awesome.
I'm glad that saved your life.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that's
you're still here
amazing.
with it. We've known each other for a long time. I think it's like 2008. It's been a while. But I'm happy you're still here with us, and I'm happy that you're healthier now. And we just want to thank you for being on the show, man. You're a joy.
I appreciate y'all having me on. So.
Thank you. Up next, Purple Paw's Pet of the Week.
This week's Pet of the Week is brought to us by Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Reliable obedience training for puppies and dogs of all ages.
This week's Pet of the Week comes from Rutherford County Cat Rescue. Meet Finley. This handsome boy was adopted as a kitten nearly 6 years ago, but due to a family illness, he was recently returned. Understandably a little lost and lonely right now, but Finley still has so much love to give. He's a sweet, gentle soul who loves affection, and he's ready for a forever home that he deserves. If your heart has a little room, Finley is ready to fill it.
If you'd like to adopt Finley, make sure that you reach out to Rutherford County Cat Rescue. Those links are in the description below, along with our sponsors' links to Sit Means Sit. So if you have an unruly pet that you're trying to train, those descriptions are there as well. All right, we have our second guest, and we're so grateful that you are here. We have 𝗪𝗪𝗲𝗪 of WMOT Roots Radio.
That's right.
Some people from Murfreesboro don't know what that is, so you're here to tell us about it and what you got going on.
I'm excited to have you here.
I'm here to tell you about it. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me today. WMOT is a public radio station based at Middle Tennessee State University. We were licensed to that station in 1969.
It's incredible.
And back in the day, we had a 780 watt signal, which basically...
That was reach a long ways.
No, that's
really?
little. That's
okay.
tiny.
Tiny.
It was, campus and maybe some of downtown.
Okay.
Now, today, we are 100,000 watt station.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
We reach 40 counties in Middle Tennessee.
Awesome.
Have the opportunity to cover 2 million people every day.
Wow.
We don't, but I wish we did. But WMOT's been a lot of things over the years. It started out kind of as a rock and roll station when we were initially licensed, and then it was a jazz station and a news talk station. We were a charter member of National Public Radio, and became a news station a little bit. Jazz. It's a lot of things over the years. Public radio is tough, and it is if you're not staying on it and you're not raising lots of money, it's really kind of hard to kind of keep a station like WMOT on the air. So I was hired and asked to fix it, and so I spent about a year doing that, and thinking it through, and then in 2016 we flipped it to a full-time Americana music station. Wow. So we're only an Americana music station. We don't play pop country, we don't play rock and roll necessarily, but there's old school rock and roll, there's old school country, there's blues, there's bluegrass, a lot of singer-songwriter music on the air, and we do, one of the, I think one of the things that has made WMOT really vibrant for this community and for all of Middle Tennessee is all of the live events that we do. We do a weekly show in Nashville called Finley Friday. It's free, open to the public. It's at 3rd and Lindsley. We do a Wired In monthly concert series for our members. So if you're a donor to WMOT at a certain level, you get invited to concerts every month, and we have really incredible concerts. But one of the things that we're hoping to do is bring a concert series to Murfreesboro.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
I have for a long time thought that, we're so close to Nashville that it's easy to go see concerts, but it doesn't really give families and really the whole community an opportunity to get out, see, discover new music, see artists that maybe they've never heard of, or and become a fan of, or maybe it's somebody that they know and love and want to go see. And so we are partnering with the Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation Department. We've applied for a grant. It's with a foundation called the 𝗪𝗵𝗁 Foundation, and 𝗪𝗵𝗁 has been around for years. They're a wonderful foundation that helps bring free live outdoor concerts to communities all over the country. They used to build band shells, and in fact, the Overton in Memphis is one of their band shells that they built back in the day. But now they're really trying to fund concert series and really extend this, and they want to do it in communities that maybe don't have a lot of that kind of thing, and they want you to do it in places that don't get used like they should be. And so our application is for the plaza down by City Hall here in Murfreesboro, which would be a great spot,
great
right?
location.
And then that would be the first year if we get this grant and get into year 2. They're building a new park called Veterans Park out on Veterans Parkway.
Nice.
And they have a festival field out there.
Wonderful.
Oh, perfect.
And so we hope to move that.
That'd be great.
But the thing we need now is for everybody to help us out. We got through phase 1. We're in the second phase of this grant application, and that is public. Right,
Yes.
we need the public to come and vote for us.
Vote.
Vote.
That's
You can
right.
vote every day, and it is text to vote.
Okay.
And you're going to text 𝗪𝗵𝗁, and I left my phone over there, but
Well,
I don't.
we'll make sure that we put it in the
Yeah,
description. That way people know where to text and put all the
absolutely.
information in there.
It's you just text 𝗪𝗵𝗁 to this number. And that way they are counting the votes every day. So once a day you can vote from September 5th until the 15th. And we really need the community's help to get this and bring it to you. We really are excited about doing this. The Parks and Recreation Department is really excited about using some new spaces, and bringing the community together for some arts and culture. We're an Americana radio station, so we're definitely going to book Americana artists, and there's a lot of them. And there's a wide, Americana's a very wide and open genre. So we're going to have some bluegrass. We might have some old school country. We may have some old school rock and roll. And then we're going to bring in some discovery artists, some local artists.
That's amazing.
Wonderful.
To help kick us off. So really need your help to vote, folks. It's really important to get us to that next phase because, over 3 years, the 𝗪𝗵𝗁 Foundation will give us $120,000 to produce this concert series, and there will be 7 concerts every year.
Well, you hear that,
right.
everybody? Make sure that you go and you vote. You got to help our community out. I've been around Murfreesboro my entire life. Grew up in Woodbury, but was born in Murfreesboro and everything. So, what I've seen over the years, and I have a musical background. We were on Bigg Vinny earlier. Me and him met at a musical event, and what I've learned about Murfreesboro is several years ago, it had a pretty strong music scene in this town. It was very, very very heavy music scene of all types of genres. I mean, we used to have Yin Yang Twins and stuff come play here in town and stuff. Like when they were popular
Main Street
at Main
Live.
Street, yeah. And like big artists come into town to play venues that we had here. And then Nashville started really taking off and growing, and it kind of, I say, sucked it out, and everybody went to Nashville because it was growing. But now Nashville's gotten so big and so oversaturated. Now it's kind of like a tsunami, right? You see the waves or the water pools out before it comes back in, and it's rolling back into Murfreesboro.
That's right.
And we're getting hit with all these great things. So we just, people, please go out there and support the music scene that's here in Murfreesboro. We have such great artists. We've had people on the show in the past that's talked about great artists that are local here that we can support, that are just right outside of Music City, USA, and we can help a great cause here in town too.
Yeah. And just a quick reminder, so we're going to text every day in Borough from September 5th to the 15th.
Correct.
Text every day.
There you
Okay.
go. Well,
thank you, Val, so much.
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Yeah, we really do
Appreciate
appreciate it.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys, stop. Don't scroll just yet. We'll be right back after this message. All right. Well, we had such an amazing show today.
great show.
What a great show. Great guest today. You know, Bigg Vinny, always entertaining, such a cool guy. And then we had Val on here, Hoeppner. She has such a great cause. Like, you know, it's
helping out
something
our
we definitely
community.
have to support, guys.
Absolutely.
So if you skipped to this part and you skipped over the interviews for some reason, which I don't know why you would, go back and watch Val. She has a great cause. And if you want a good laugh, Bigg Vinny's the one to watch.
And to be inspired.
Well, we got more events coming up next week. We got more great guests next week.
Yes,
We got
more
more
fun.
fun.
More fun.
We're just having a blast over here. But one thing we got to do is we got to do a little business. We got to thank our sponsors.
That's
We
right.
have Superior Overhead Doors,
Valley Growers.
Info with Social Media,
615 Insurance.
Hemispheres Wine Bar.
Achieve Entrepreneur Center.
Yep. And also, don't forget, Sit Mean Sick Dog Training.
That's right.
It's our Purple Paws Pet of the Week sponsor. And once again, we got to make sure that we congratulate to our
Absolutely.
Charity Chop contest winner, Angie Gibbons-Wesson.
Congratulations, Angie.
Reach out to us. If we don't reach out to you, we'll get connected and we'll make sure that you get your 2 tickets. It's such a cool event. It's a big event for Murfreesboro. It's like one of the top events of the year that they do here. So congratulations.
Okay, so guys, make sure you guys watch the replay, like, share, and comment. And if you're actually watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, do your homework. Do your homework. And then we have to make sure that we thank our wonderful staff. Without them, we could not make this show. So we're so grateful for them. And then from all of us here at Good Morning Murfreesboro, we wish you an amazing weekend.
And whatever you do it right here in Murfreesboro. See you next week.